this time of this isolation, been able to like get to know myself more. A lot of writing, a lot of talking to myself in the mirror. That sounds crazy, I know, but I was so caught up in the rat race that, you know, there was an identity that I had to support along with that wasn't really congruent with my highest self, I don't think. I think there's some things that were missing that I was neglecting because of the responsibilities of everything that it took to make a living, to make other people happy, you know, the codependency that we have as humans wanting to surround ourselves with people that are happy. We kind of go out on a limb sometimes or compromise our own happiness to make other people happy. At least that's been my experience sometimes. You know, I care about my friends, I care about my family. I want to make sure that I'm not doing anything to not bring them happiness. And sometimes I'll go overboard with that to my own fault, you know. But this time of isolation and this personal time that I have to go into some journaling, some reframing and recontextualizing some of the past stories that I have about, you know, people, places, and things in my life so far, and the emotions that come along with that, the stories that come along with that, you know, the conclusions that I drew about stories and people and things in the past, and giving myself an opportunity to really understand that all of that doesn't have anything to do with today and right now and moving forward into this new place that I'm trying to get to, you know. It doesn't really have any effect at all on any of that stuff. And, you know, I think that the kingdom of heaven, as it's described in some books and theologies, you know, I believe that it's not something outside of us. I think it's something inside of us. And it's to our own responsibility and obligation and privilege that we get to design that kingdom of heaven on our own terms. Like, what's it look like? What's your paradise on earth look like? What does you at your greatest version, surrounded by your favorite people, look like? Where you're just high, your vibration is high, you know, and everything that you do is just magic. You know, sometimes you get in life you get in a flow, and things are effortless, and you just don't even have to think about it anymore. You just do it. Like, you show up, and just things start falling into place. People, like, pop up out of nowhere, you know, like, it's just effortless. That effortless life, you know, it's such a beautiful thing when that happens. And I'm working on some new visions and plans and desires for my future that have nothing to do with my past. My past is not going to help me out with any of that, you know. And so I signed a contract with myself to cut the past off. No more thinking about anything that happened in my past. No more thinking about the people, places, things, any of the emotions that may pop up with that, whether good or bad. Yes, there's some great memories, but those usually aren't the ones that pop up, you know. It's usually those other ones. And they put me right back into that same tailspin of the same emotions, you know, the same stories, the same words. And if I'm going to get any better, if I'm going to become a better version of myself, you know, I'm definitely going to have to reconsider what I consider valuable and you know, what I consider to be love, unconditional love, without any expectations of anything from anybody, without any expectations of anything from myself, but allowing myself to open myself up to the flow, to the force, to the highest good, right? And give myself an opportunity to design my own version of a paradise on earth as promised. Not waiting on somebody else to design that for me or give me an idea of their dream or their vision for it, but to sit down and write out my own belief system and my own paradise and my own perfect world, perfect day, you know, perfect relationship. Like, if I were to, if you know, if God were to say, here, you can have it all. I give it all to you. No limits, you know, limitless resources, limitless money, limitless everything. You can have it all. And you can have this all without impeding on anybody else's ability to have it all. Then what would I do? What would I do with that box full of limitless money? What would I do with that earth full of unlimited resources that we have? We actually have this, you know? But because of the degree that mankind has taken advantage of it, you know, maybe not. The resources are not as abundant as they used to be. So that's something that also that we have to look at right now is the earth, you know? But that's a whole other conversation. What I'm talking about right now, circling back to the contract that I signed to die to the past and any emotion that might come up with that, giving me an opportunity to start with today's chapter and move forward with the rest of the book to the ending. I get to design that today. I cannot design that. All work shuts off. All the printers, the presses just get shut off if I ever go back to that past. There's nothing for me there. As much as I want to reminisce and be nostalgic and go all, you know, oh, that was a great time. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But if I really want to put my time and my energy into designing and building a paradise on earth with my loved ones, with the animals, you know, with whatever it is that I want, and then not with the ones that I don't want, you know, who don't you want to be there that triggers you, that seems like they're just out to get you, like they only care about themselves, they're narcissistic, they don't, you know, they don't have the same values that you have in life, you know. And it's okay to not want to be with those people, you know. If we were all authentic to ourselves, you know, we were true to ourselves, we would not be getting along with everybody. We wouldn't need to like change our viewpoint or change our opinion in order to accommodate somebody else. If you surround yourself with people that you love and support you, and you can freely express yourself without stepping on their toes, you'd be free to be you completely. And that's a beautiful thing. So I think that's a beautiful place to be, and I think it's possible. So, that being said, the first place, a good place to start would be looking in the mirror and accepting myself. Looking in the mirror, accepting myself for all of my flaws. I'm not in perfect shape. I've got a little body fat. You know, my face has got scars, and you know, I've got lines in my face. I'm not shaven. You know, I'm feeling a little sloppy today. My teeth aren't perfectly straight. You know, my hands are a little injured, and they're kind of fat, and it's they're kind of bloated a little bit. You know, today I'm having kind of a bloated day, I guess you could say. But can I look within myself is the question, and still be okay with that? Can I still love myself even though I'm a little out of shape, you know? That's the thing, is like becoming acquainted with accepting yourself, you know, because when I grew up, my dad, you know, it's not that he didn't love me, but I didn't feel like I was good enough, you know? And God knows, man, the bullies, all of the negativity, that story, that past, it's coming back, right? That's what I go to. Jesus, fuck you. Like, I don't want to hear it anymore, you know? Pardon the profanity, but that's how strongly I feel about that, cutting it off. So, anyway, this song is about accepting yourself exactly the way you are, where you're at right now, today. Because if you can't accept yourself today, you're not going to accept yourself even when you are in shape and looking perfect and beautiful. It ebbs and flows. But a great place to start is saying, hey, I am imperfect, and that's okay. So this song's called Perfect. Change a thing. You're perfect the way that you already are. So Don't cover up your face, don't try to hide your scars. Don't you know that's what makes us who we are? Love the skin you're in, just love the skin you're in. It's never too late to begin to learn to love the skin you're in. 'Cause there's a vulnerability that I share with you and you share with me. And I am grateful for this opportunity to celebrate individuality. Don't change a thing. You're perfect the way that you already are. So don't cover up your face, don't try to hide your scars. Don't you know that that's what makes us who we are? Just love the skin you're in. Just love the skin you're in. You know it's never too late to begin to learn to love the skin you're in. I wasted so much energy trying to keep the pace with society. Been suppressing creativity when we should celebrate our unique qualities. Don't change a thing. You're perfect the way that you already are. So don't cover up your face, don't try to hide your scars. Don't you know that's what makes us who we are? Just love the skin you're in. Just love the skin you're in. It's never too late to begin to learn to love the skin you're in. Namaste.